So I'm here at Green Lake, a community just north of downtown Seattle. They have a nice lake here. It's about 3 miles around. Just did a little bit of morning exercise. Now I'm ready to go taste that wine. Alright, so I made it over here to the warehouse district. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of wineries. There's probably 15 or so wineries just in this general area. Gonna have to pick one. Don't actually know where I'm going to drink today. I'm thinking we're going to pick... Been wanting to try the War King winery. I've also been wanting to try, what looks interesting, the Wit. So, might give that a shot. We'll just walk through here, see what we can find. So if we look around there, so just looking at some of the signs, we've got the Love That Red, Patterson, Adrice, Pondera, Ambassador, Sign Sellers. That actually looks pretty good. I don't know them. Prohibition, Curlew, Michael Florentino, Lachey. I've been wanting to try Lachey for quite a while. Category 5, War King, Genoa. So several others. We shall drink a little bit today and hopefully come back another day, try some more. Let's see what we can find. So I see Wit Cellars is right here. We might give them a try. They have an outdoor patio. Looks like they're down here. Starting out with a little sparkling. It's a Syrah Rosé sparkler. Very nice. Good flavor on that. So WIT stands for we're in this together, or something like that. I was just told. They've been around for a while. Good stuff. It looks like we've got 5 wines today. We've got the sparkling rosé, Chardonnay, then not even gonna pretend to pronounce it, Sotto Voce. It's a Mourvedre Grenache and Syrah blend, Syrah from Boucher Vineyards, and a Petit Verdot from Olsen Vineyards. Looking forward to the Syrah, of course, and Petit Verdot is always good. So, with that, still drinking the sparkling. We'll get these down, see how we do. So the production facility for WIT is out in Prosser, which is on the east side, where a lot of the grapes are grown and a lot of wineries are based. A lot of wineries are based there, have a tasting room here. The warehouse district, there is quite a bit of production though. They ship the grapes over, produce the wines here. It's part of why it's so much fun to come by, and especially during production time, which is now harvest time. Moving on to the Chardonnay. Chardonnay is good. It's almost has kind of a savory quality. I know the tasting notes say olives, but it does have kind of a savory, salty. It's not salty, but it kind of tastes like it could be. It's an interesting Chardonnay. Alright. Just got poured the Sotto Voce, which I understand from the person pouring today means speak softly. And it's from Mazzacano Cellars, and the story behind that brand is it is named after the winemaker's wife, and she promised to marry him if he would name a wine after her. Very nice story. This is the GSM, Mourvedre, Grenache, and Syrah. So I assume that means heavy on the Mourvedre, which is always good. Smells great. Love these kinds of blends. Really, really good. Very, very smooth. Delicious. I could drink this. There's a bee buzzing around my head, but I'll leave him alone. He leaves me alone. Sure, he'd like to drink some of that wine. Really, really good blend. That's delicious. So just looking at the list, it's 36% Mourvedre, 36 Grenache, and 28 Syrah. Very interesting. Not sure. Always curious about why there's separate brands, but I guess there's different markets. Yeah, I'm gonna keep drinking that for a bit. I'm a little surprised about how empty it is around here today. Usually I think of Woodinville as being really busy on the weekends, but I think now that fall is here, people aren't taking vacations, kids are in school, so not crowded at all. There's, in fact, right next to us is Story Cellars Winery, another one that I haven't tried. We'll hopefully try soon, but nobody outside on either one of these. There may be more people inside. It is also just about 1:30 in the afternoon, so very possible that it'll get crowded later. I did see that there was a 5K running down the road a little earlier, I think just finishing up. There was a few stragglers running by, but overall very, very quiet, which I have no complaints about, because as a customer, I'm, especially in these times, happy to not have too many other people around. I'm also really happy to be able to sit outside. They do have a really nice area inside. Hopefully I'll be able to get some shots of that in a little bit, but overall it's a nice spot. Always good to be in Woodinville. So one of the things that I like that they're doing here is they actually bring out your next wine in a cup so that you can pour it yourself, rather than kind of waiting till you're done, so that way I can taste it. And it's also kind of good during these times for not getting some cross-contamination. But this, next up, is the Syrah. It's from Boucher Vineyard, and it's co-fermented with 7% of Viognier. Supposedly it takes a little bit of the edge off. Of course, I like the edge, but also like a nice smooth wine. So this should be an interesting one. We'll give the Syrah a taste. Alright, so let's see how we do with the Syrah. Kind of got the strong tannins that you expect in a Syrah. Lots of dark fruit. But it's nice. Can't say particularly I notice anything with the Viognier, but hopefully it's there.
Oh, no, right there.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that.
Here, we'll get a broom.
Well, that was embarrassing. So the wind picked up, knocked over the GoPro, which knocked over the old champagne glass, and knocked it off the table and broke it. I think that's the first time I've ever broken a glass at a tasting. Hopefully the last. But anyway, back to the Syrah. Syrah's excellent. Good Syrah. I've had a lot of wine from Boucher Vineyard. They're almost always good. Almost always good grapes. So glad to have another one. I'll drink as many as they give me. Well, today's my lucky day. Got a extra pour of a Cab Franc. It's on their Mezzacano Cellars label. Olson Vineyard out in the Yakima Valley. Very, it's kind of, it's light, like lots of fresh fruit. That is really good. Glad I got to try this. I'm starting to like Cab Franc more and more. It's always been one of those where I like it, but I don't buy a lot of it. I usually end up with, you know, Syrah or Pinot, some Cabernet Sauvignon, but Cab Franc I'm starting to like more and more. This would be a good nighttime watching Netflix drink. Really nice. Yeah, like that. Alright, last up, we've got a Petit Verdot, 100% Petit Verdot. I don't know if I've had too many 100% Petit Verdot. Let's see if I can say it after 5 glasses. Oh, like it. Like it. Yeah, that's good. That is good. $50. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring it home today, but that's one I would buy. That's really good. 100% Petit Verdot. There you go. That is our tasting at Wit Cellars. Yeah, this was a good stop. Liked everything I had. I would say, what's been my favorite? Maybe the Sotto Voce. That was a really good GSM. But this Petit Verdot, maybe just because it's last, might be my favorite. The Cab Franc though. Cab Franc number 1, Petit Verdot number 2. Yeah. Good enough. This was a really good tasting. Glad I stopped by Wit. Recommend them. Enjoy.